there's a sound people describe again and again. A siren, far away, in the wrong place. Not a fire truck. Not a storm warning. Something older. Something that shouldn't be able to make that sound at all. By the time you realize where it's coming from, it's already too close. This is the story of Sirenhead, how a single drawing became the internet's most feared monster, and why it's about to haunt theaters worldwide. It began on August 18, 2018. A Canadian horror artist named Trevor Henderson posted one image to his Twitter. A grainy, washed-out photo, the kind that looks like it was taken by accident. In a field, behind the trees, stood a towering figure. Impossibly tall. Skeletal. Mummified. And where its head should be, two rusted sirens. Henderson wrote no backstory. He didn't explain it. He just let it stand there, in the corner of the frame, like something you weren't supposed to see. He would later say his work was inspired by the Japanese horror master Junji Ito, that same feeling of wrongness that crawls under your skin. Sirenhead wasn't his only creation. Henderson had built a whole bestiary of these things: cartoon cat, long horse, nightmares given a body. But Sirenhead was the one that escaped. That was all it took. In the mythos that grew around it, Sirenhead is roughly 40 feet tall, as high as a 4-story building. Its body is dried and dead, like something that should have fallen over decades ago. But it moves. Slowly. Patiently. Always at the edge of the tree line, where the light gives out. And then there's the head, two enormous sirens, bolted to a body with no face, no eyes, no mouth. No two sightings look quite the same. Sometimes the sirens face the sky. Sometimes they turn, slowly, toward you. Because Sirenhead doesn't need a mouth. It hunts with sound. It blares the wail of an air raid siren across empty countryside. It plays fragments of old emergency broadcasts. This is not a test. Distorted, looping, wrong. And worst of all, it listens. It records the voices of the people it takes, and it uses them. A cry for help in the dark. A familiar name, called from the woods. You walk toward it, thinking someone needs you. They don't. Henderson's monster should have stayed a single creepy image. Instead, it detonated. On Halloween 2018, a studio called Modus Interactive released a Sirenhead video game, and the internet lost its mind. YouTube's biggest horror creators played it for tens of millions of viewers. TikTok filled with fake sightings. Mobile games shot up the App Store charts. On Roblox, dozens of Sirenhead maps let millions of players run from it every single day. The sound of Sirenhead became its own genre of video. Hundreds of games, animations, and short films appeared, a whole universe, built by strangers, from one picture and no rules. Sound familiar? It should. It is the exact same path the backrooms took, an open wound on the internet, filled in by everyone at once. And maybe that's why Sirenhead works so well. Part of it was always the format. Every picture looked like a real photograph, blurry, badly framed, snapped by someone already running. Not art. Evidence. But more than that, it weaponizes the one warning we are all trained to trust. A siren means danger. Means run. Means take cover. Sirenhead turns that instinct against you. The sound meant to save your life becomes the last thing you ever hear. Now it's making the same leap the backrooms just made. In 2026, Warner Brothers won a bidding war, beating Sony, Universal and Disney, for the rights to Sirenhead. It is being written and directed by Brian Duffield, alongside Zach Cregger, the mind behind the horror hit Barbarian, with Josh Brolin set to star. Trevor Henderson, the artist who drew one photo in 2018, is now an executive producer on a Hollywood movie. Not bad, for something that started as a shape in the trees. So next time you're somewhere quiet, a country road, an empty field, the edge of the woods, and you hear a siren where there shouldn't be one, don't go looking for it. Because it already knows exactly where you are. New forgotten legend every week. Subscribe.